The best practice for wiring a bathroom circuit with a 20 amp 12/2 circuit from the electrical panel to the ground fault circuit interrupter, or GFCI, is to wire the lights and fan off the protected side of the GFCI receptacle using 12/2 wire. The GFCI receptacle provides protection against electrical shock and ground faults. By wiring downstream devices, like the lights and the fan, on the protected side of the GFCI, they will also be protected in the event of a fault. Using 12/2 wire ensures that the circuit can handle the maximum load of the downstream devices. It is not recommended to wire the lights and fan off the unprotected side of the GFCI receptacle using 12/2 wire because it leaves the downstream devices unprotected against electrical shock and ground faults. Doing so may also violate electrical codes. Wiring the lights and fan from a different circuit, a 15 amp circuit using 14/2 wire, is acceptable if the lights and fan are not intended to be used simultaneously. However, this option requires additional wiring and a separate circuit breaker in the electrical panel. If the lights are located above the shower, they should always be wired on the protected side of the GFCI. It is recommended to install a separate GFCI receptacle for each bathroom area, such as the sink or shower, to provide maximum protection. Always follow local electrical codes and consult with a licensed electrician for any electrical projects. When considering electrical work in a bathroom, prioritizing safety and adherence to electrical codes is crucial. The primary purpose of a GFCI is to protect individuals from electrical shock by detecting ground faults, which occur when electricity flows through an unintended path, such as a person's body. By interrupting the circuit quickly, the GFCI prevents severe injury or death. Wiring the lights and fan on a protected side of the GFCI extends this protection to these fixtures and anyone using them. This is particularly important in a bathroom environment where water increases the risk of electrical shock. Using 12/2 wire for the circuit ensures that it can handle the potential load of the lights and fan without overheating or causing a fire hazard. Electrical codes typically specify the appropriate wire gauge based on the circuit's amperage rating and the expected load. A 20 amp circuit requires 12 gauge wire, while a 15 amp circuit requires 14 gauge wire. Adhering to these requirements is essential for safety and code compliant. While wiring the lights and fan on a separate 15 amp circuit might seem like a viable option, it may not provide the same level of protection as wiring them on the protected side of the GFCI. Additionally, it requires running an additional circuit from the electrical panel, which can be more time-consuming and expensive. Furthermore, if the lights and fan are likely to be used simultaneously, a 15 amp circuit may not be sufficient to handle the load, potentially causing the circuit breaker to trip. In situations where the lights are located above the shower, wiring them on the protected side of the GFCI is especially critical. Showers are inherently wet environments, increasing the risk of electrical shock. By extending GFCI protection to the shower lights, you significantly reduce the risk of injury. Installing separate GFCI receptacles for different bathroom areas, such as the sink and shower, provides an additional layer of protection. This prevents a single fault from affecting multiple areas of the bathroom and ensures that each area has its own dedicated protection. Before undertaking any electrical work, it is essential to consult with a licensed electrician. Electricians have the knowledge and experience to ensure that the work is done safely and in compliance with local electrical codes. They can also provide guidance on the best wiring practices for your specific bathroom configuration. Always obtain the necessary permits before starting any electrical work. Permits ensure that the work is inspected by a qualified electrical inspector, who can verify that it meets safety standards and code requirements. Electrical codes vary from location to location, so it is important to be aware of the specific codes in your area. Local electrical codes may have additional requirements for bathroom wiring, such as the type of fixtures that can be used and the placement of receptacles. When working with electricity, always take precautions to protect yourself from electrical shock. Turn off the power to the circuit before starting any work. Wear rubber gloves and safety glasses to protect yourself from electrical hazards. Use insulated tools to prevent accidental contact with live wires. Never work on electrical circuits while standing in water or on a wet surface. If you are not comfortable working with electricity, it is best to hire a qualified electrician to do the work for you. Electricity can be dangerous, and it is important to take precautions to protect yourself from electrical shock. GFCI receptacles are designed to protect against ground faults, which can occur when electricity flows through an unintended path, such as a person's body. A ground fault can happen if the insulation on a wire is damaged, exposing the bare wire. If someone touches the bare wire, electricity can flow through their body to ground, causing an electrical shock. GFCI receptacles work by constantly monitoring the current flowing through the circuit. If the current flowing into the circuit is different from the current flowing out, it indicates that some of the current is leaking to ground. The GFCI receptacle will quickly trip, interrupting the circuit and preventing an electrical shock. GFCI receptacles are required in bathrooms, kitchens, and other areas where there is a high risk of electrical shock. They are also recommended for outdoor receptacles and for circuits that supply power to appliances such as washing machines and dishwashers. When installing a GFCI receptacle, it is important to follow the manufacturer's instructions carefully. The receptacle must be properly grounded in order to function correctly. The wires must be connected to the correct terminals on the receptacle. After the receptacle is installed, it should be tested to ensure that it is working properly. To test a GFCI receptacle, press the test button on the receptacle. The receptacle should trip, interrupting the circuit. To reset the receptacle, press the reset button. If the receptacle does not trip when the test button is pressed, it should be replaced. GFCI receptacles should be tested regularly to ensure that they are working properly. A good practice is to test them once a month. If a GFCI receptacle trips frequently, it may indicate a problem with the circuit. In this case, it is best to consult with a qualified electrician to diagnose and repair the problem. In addition to GFCI receptacles, arc fault circuit interrupters, or FSIs, are also used to protect against electrical fires. FSIs detect arc faults, which are dangerous electrical discharges that can occur when wires become loose or damaged. Arc faults can generate heat and ignite flammable materials, leading to a fire. FSIs work by monitoring the electrical current for unusual patterns that indicate an arc fault. If an arc fault is detected, the FSI will quickly trip, interrupting the circuit and preventing a fire. FSIs are required in many areas of the home, including bedrooms, living rooms, and dining rooms. They are also recommended for circuits that supply power to appliances such as lamps and televisions. When installing an FSI, it is important to follow the manufacturer's instructions carefully. The FSI must be properly grounded in order to function correctly. The wires must be connected to the correct terminals on the FSI. After the FSI is installed, it should be tested to ensure that it is working properly. To test an FSI, press the test button on the FSI. The FSI should trip, interrupting the circuit. To reset the FSI, press the reset button. If the FSI does not trip when the test button is pressed, it should be replaced. FSIs should be tested regularly to ensure that they are working properly. A good practice is to test them once a month. If an FSI trips frequently, it may indicate a problem with the circuit. In this case, it is best to consult with a qualified electrician to diagnose and repair the problem. Electrical safety is an important consideration for any homeowner. By taking precautions to protect yourself from electrical shock and fire, you can help to keep your home and family safe. Always hire a qualified electrician for any electrical work. Never attempt to do electrical work yourself unless you are properly trained and qualified. Be sure to follow all electrical codes and safety regulations. Inspect electrical cords and appliances regularly for damage. Replace any damaged cords or appliances immediately. Use GFCI receptacles in bathrooms, kitchens, and other areas where there is a high risk of electrical shock. Use FSIs to protect against electrical fires. Test GFCI receptacles and FSIs regularly to ensure that they are working properly. Electrical codes and regulations are constantly evolving to improve safety. Stay up to date on the latest codes and regulations in your area. Consider attending electrical safety workshops or seminars to learn more about electrical safety. Educate your family about electrical safety. Teach them how to recognize electrical hazards and how to avoid them. By taking these precautions, you can help to create a safe and comfortable home for yourself and your family. When working with electrical systems, it is also important to understand the concept of grounding. Grounding provides a safe path for electrical current to flow in the event of a fault. A properly grounded electrical system helps to prevent electrical shock and fire. The grounding system consists of a grounding electrode, which is typically a metal rod or plate buried in the ground, and a grounding conductor which connects the grounding electrode to the electrical panel. The grounding conductor provides a low resistance path for electrical current to flow back to the source in the event of a fault. All metal parts of the electrical system, such as metal enclosures, conduit, and equipment, must be properly grounded. This helps to ensure that if a fault occurs, the electrical current will flow safely back to the source, tripping the circuit breaker and preventing an electrical shock. Grounding is an essential safety feature of any electrical system. It is important to ensure that your electrical system is properly grounded to protect yourself and your family from electrical hazards. Regular inspections of your electrical system can help to identify potential problems before they become serious. Look for signs of damage such as frayed wires, cracked outlets, and loose connections. If you notice any problems, contact a qualified electrician to have them repaired. Electrical safety is a shared responsibility. By taking precautions to protect yourself and others from electrical hazards, you can help to create a safer environment for everyone. Remember, electricity is a powerful force that can be dangerous if not handled properly. Always exercise caution when working with electricity, and never take risks that could put yourself or others in danger. By following these safety guidelines, you can help to prevent electrical accidents and ensure the safety of your home and family. Always consult with a qualified electrician for any electrical work or concerns. They have the expertise and knowledge to ensure that the work is done safely and in compliance with all applicable codes and regulations. Remember that electrical codes are in place for the safety of everyone involved, and compliance is not just a legal requirement but a moral one.